Canine Podcast coming at you live from Northern Spain. Wait, you watch South Park, right? I'll do it later. Good night. Hell fucking yeah. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Raw Dog Randy's
Dog Pound?
Wow, I called
Dog
myself
Pound?
by my name.
Yeah.
Forget that. Welcome to Redneck
Redneck
Robbie's Dog Pound. I am not your host, Raw Dog Randy, but I am apparently semi-drunk enough that I can start calling it my own podcast. But
If I stood up right now, I'd fall over.
yeah. Anyway, so welcome. Tonight we're joined by, of course, Redneck Robbie.
Redneck Robbie. I'm really nicotine high right now.
And Stone Juice Squad, as always. Well, not always, but the man is here.
Woo!
And I, of course, am Raw Dog Randy. You know me for probably nothing, but I like to pretend you do. Fangs out, dude.
Fangs out, dude.
Yeah.
Fangs out. When Carlton did that shit the other day,
Dude, I went fucking ballistic.
Jesus Christ.
Fuck yeah.
I'm sure, Robbie, you
Saw, dude.
got the fangs. You've learned of the
dude.
fangs.
The fangs.
The fangs. The
fangs.
You,
All right.
You have your fangs out?
No.
You don't ever put your fangs out?
No, I don't want to put my fangs out.
Fangs out, dude. Fangs out.
Fucking hell. the lowest level of douchebaggery has reached us.
I mean, listen, when you don't do shit all day. Well, okay, let me phrase that. When you don't have anywhere to go at the end of your day besides like a 10-mile radius of just shithole Spain, you don't really have a choice.
That's a fact. I've gotten entertainment out of like going outside into the woods and just like watching various critters fight each other.
There's nothing better to do. Sometimes I just walk into Spain and I'll just sit on a random bench and just watch all the fucking weird-ass Spanish families walk by.
You know what's fucked about all that though is I totally agree with you, but then there's some times when I'm just like out in town. Usually I'm hammered, but still I'll like sit down and look and just be like, dude, I'm in a foreign country. I'm in Spain. This is how they live. It's practically not different from the rest of us, except for the fact that everybody's lazy as shit. Nobody gets up till like 11:30 in the morning.
And nobody has money to buy fucking bubble gum.
Yeah, but yet they have enough money to go out and go on like a week-long bender.
Don't forget, they take out $4,000 loans just for fucking
Yeah.
Feria. Yeah.
Get your fucking priorities straight.
So there are people that take out $4,000 loans from the bank to throw a giant ass party for Feria.
Are you fucking serious?
Yeah, dude, fucking Ernesto can't fucking pay child support, but what is it? Fiat? What is it?
Feria.
Feria, like that week-long party, like Spanish Mardi Gras rolls around. Fuck it, dude. We're getting out $4,000. We're gonna fucking rage.
We're gonna go to Feria this year because I haven't been, and I've been here for 2.5 years, and I know it's blasphemy, but
hey, I've never been to Feria either, so let's go fucking tag team
like,
that shit.
Like 2 weeks.
Hey, I'm just saying, I've never been to it either, so let's fucking go.
I highly recommend getting drunk before you go, because if you get drunk off their drinks, you're gonna have the worst hangover of your fucking life.
I have a worse hangover of my life anytime I drink nowadays.
That's honestly a good question to ask you guys. Do you guys get hangovers still?
Do.
Yeah.
It's not still. I didn't get them until I turned 22, and then once I hit 22, I don't know what it was about that age, or what about my body, but it was just hangover central. Before it to be like I'd be fucking down a bottle or two of vodka the night before, and then wake up in the morning and just keep going.
Dude,
fine.
I'm at 50-50. Where, like, I can go out one night and I can just make bad decisions. Like, just fucking bad decisions. And then I wake up in the morning and I'm ready to, like, fucking run a marathon. Like, I feel great. I'm getting shit done. Then there's other mornings where I'll go out and I'll have, like, 2 fucking, like Mike's Hard. And I'll wake up in the morning and I feel like my balls are coated in broken glass. And, like, my head is full of sand. And I just wake up and I just go, oh, God, like... Why is this happening to me? I break out the fucking New Testament and pray that I just fucking sit up a new man.
God.
I get them once in a while, but like, they're not horrible. I've had one where it's just like fucking agony, where I just want to fucking start a pistol.
Yeah.
But, I mean, normally it's just like I'm sluggish with a slight headache, or I'm good to go the next morning. But they're never too bad.
Dude, I don't know. Last weekend, man. After that night, I was fucking hungover like a motherfucker the next day. Like, dude, I didn't get out of bed.
Yeah.
Like, I'd get out of bed and I'd be like, all right, I'm going to eat something. I'll be good. I'd get out of bed. I'd eat something. I'd chug some water. I'd be like, I'm going straight back to bed. I did not open a single window. I had one light on in my entire house, and it was the one right by my front door, and that was it. I was like, let me put some Netflix on. Turn it on. I was like, nah, it's not
this ain't
happening.
right.
Yeah, but it's safe to
No.
say last weekend you probably made the worst drinking decisions of your life, too.
Dude,
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Yeah, we both fucking got hammered. So I lost track of you, and then I lost track of myself, and just woke up in bed, and I had no idea how I got back.
Yeah, how late did you stay out after I left?
Like till like 5:30. And then I just...
Jesus Christ, I left at like fucking 2.
Dude, I don't know. I ran into a bunch of Air Force guys that knew me, and then before I knew it, we were in fucking all these different bars, and then I kind of lost track. Apparently, I agreed to play rugby. And,
you're playing rugby with us?
Apparently, my blacked out self was like, let's play rugby.
Yeah.
You play for Rhoda?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, okay, fuck it. I guess I'm going out to that now. But I haven't been going this week because of fucking the shit I'm doing. But that doesn't matter. That's work-related. So that brings into... that segues into a good question. I want to hear about the worst hangovers you guys have had. Like, everybody's got the one where you're like,
okay, but worse, like, are we talking worse in severity or worse in, like, what the
severity?
Fuck
okay,
last
that's a
night,
great question you're asking, because I want to know, A, severity, and B, regret. Because either A, you remember what happened last night, or B, you don't remember what happened last night, but you know you made terrible decisions.
It's the night I thought I was doing cocaine when I was drunk.
What were you doing instead? Baking powder? Baking soda?
Something similar, that's for fucking sure.
We started at, it was Thanksgiving, we started at 7 a.m., me and Lopez.
Oh, God.
7 a.m. and we drank till 2 a.m., right? Just nonstop.
Right.
Fucking, so we each killed, he makes his own moonshine. We killed a big jar each of apple pie and then a mini jar of apple pie each. And then we were taking shots. And we would play pranks on each other. Like it was a nonstop battle between me and Lopez. He decided to get me back that day where he bought the world's second hottest hot sauce. And you know what a bloody Mexican shot is?
No.
So actually, if you make it the right way, it's really good. It's tequila, half, and half Tabasco sauce.
So it's a fucking death wish in a cup.
No, it's so the tequila like kills how hot it is.
Uh-huh.
And it's just very flavorful. It's actually really good. But he put the second world's hottest hot sauce in mine, 3/4 full.
Yeah, so it's a fucking death
with
wish.
Tequila in mine, and gave it to me to get back at me for a prank I pulled on earlier. So I'm
what prank did you pull on him earlier to merit that?
We were at the Jaguars football game, and I had some melted donuts, and right as we were walking in,
melted? Yeah,
like they were in a bag, and they set in my car, and they melted because we were having
That's fucking gross.
The party outside the tailgate party, right? So I slapped him on his leg, like this big chunk of melted donuts as we were walking.
Yeah, fuck you. I would have done the same fucking shit, you fucking cocksucker.
Anyways, so I'm sitting out there and I take the shot, and everybody's like, that was really good. I'm like bright red, like, I don't want to be a bitch.
There's something wrong here.
Nobody's was that hot. Like, am I that much of a bitch? Here. I was like outside, like chain smoking for the next 30 minutes, pacing back and forth.
No.
Anyways, we kept drinking. Everybody left, and me and Lopez started playing beer pong. And like, we're super competitive. So like, one of us is dominating, the other one's always losing, right? And he had like 5 games on me at this point, and it's just back to back. I'm gonna catch up. Let's keep going, right? We probably get like 10 games. I won like 2 out of the fucking 10, so I'm just smashed. And then we go inside, and he's like, "You want to do some cocaine, man?" I'm like, "Fuck it, I go on leave in 3 days. Let's do it, right?" He's sitting there, and you know what goodies are?
Goodies.
So it's crushed up Advil.
Oh my god.
Right, and they come like in a little bubblegum wrapper, and he unfoils it and gives it to me. He's like, "Here you go, man." And I straight up go, "Woo! That's fucking party!" You think I was doing fucking coke?
Jesus,
I was so fucking.
Oh my god!
I woke up the next morning. Fucking couldn't even drive home. I was
Which is
so
crazy because you
hungover.
were snorting Advil, so I feel like it should have helped.
Yeah, it should have fucking been beneficial.
Yeah, but I hadn't had water in the last
that's
24
what fucking
hours.
kills you, man. Having a fucking hangover is fucking dehydration.
I thought I was gonna fucking die.
It's a rough day. By you.
Jeez, worst hangover.
Oh, and if you ever get hungover, don't go fishing on the sea.
Well, that's a terrible idea. You're gonna throw up.
Yeah,
you should have known that before.
We tried that too, and let's just say it's not fun for anybody.
No,
Everybody's sitting there on the waves hungover, trying not to throw up. There's 3 guys hungover. Nobody wants to be the bitch that says, "Let's go in." So everyone's toughing it out.
I think I'd have to say, I think my worst hangover ever was when I was my first hangover here in Spain. because it was one of my first times going out, and it was one of those first times experiencing the starting at midnight.
Yeah.
But you started pre-gaming because you're American at like 8, and then you drink for the 4 hours, and then you go out into town at 12.
Make
and then
more
you drink
bad
till fucking
decisions.
6.
Yeah.
Yeah, I woke up. I'd like spent like $200, which when I was living in the barracks, it was on my fucking paycheck. And I woke up the next morning not knowing how I got to my room. I had half of my clothes. I still don't know to this day where the rest of them went. There were some videos of me that were very questionable from the night before. I've been told I'd hooked up with some very questionable people.
Man, that's not unnormal.
No, but it was some questionable people that you would not want to be associated your name with. And then, honestly, like I felt like my fucking roommate had came in my room and taken a chisel with a fucking axe and just like rotated which one he was just driving into my head. It just literally felt like somebody was skinning me alive. It was literally, it was honestly the worst pain I've ever had in my life. And I just remember shutting my blinds, putting a fucking towel underneath my door so I couldn't smell anything but what was in my room, lit a candle, had a giant jug of water and a box of fucking Cheez-Its, and I did not move all day. I literally laid in bed for a day and a half. I did not fucking move at all. That was it.
Fuck yeah.
I think that was second. Second one was that story from Israel where I fucking woke up next to my ex and I puked blood.
Yeah.
That was
Damn.
probably close second. For sure.
For me, it was one night I got off work. I was cooking at the time, and one of my buddies was having like an engagement party or something like that. I don't really talk to him anymore. He's kind of a cocksucker, but at the time we were close. And anyway, so he decides to make. When I get there, he's like, "Oh fuck!" He's like, "I'm glad you're here." He's like, he's like, "Here, drink this, catch up." And I was like, "Sweet." So what he did was he just made a fucking like jungle juice style combination. He fucking just poured everything in there. Then he took like this concentrate, this Long Island iced tea concentrate, so you can like make them in your blender with like fucking water and shit. And he pours that in the top, and it's strong as fuck. Like picture like just throwing a shit ton of Mio into liquor, where it tastes good, but it's a shit ton of fucking liquor. So anyway, he puts it in one of those big like 32-ounce McDonald's cups. He goes, "Just slam that and you'll be good." And I was like, "Sweet." I didn't fucking watch him make the drink. He told me fucking later. So I drink the whole thing, and he's got this creek running behind his house, and I just everything starts blurring out like 15 minutes after I slam it. And I just remember being on all fours outside the creek, just projectile vomiting. And then I remember sitting on his patio, and his mom's bringing me out water. And I remember asking her, like, "Yo, like, am I gonna die?" And I look like I'm trying to get one of my buddies to call fucking EMS because I thought I was fucking getting alcohol poisoning. And then fucking just all that goes away, and I just wake up on the couch in a sleeping bag.
Jeez,
and I'm just like, what the fuck? And then all I can think of as soon as I get there is I just roll forward and I just projectile vomit all over his basement. So I had to wake up still completely fucking hungover. I had to get up and clean it. I did a terrible job. Just a couple Clorox wipes and just picked up the chunks and threw them in a fucking bed. Yeah, I didn't give a fuck. Went back to bed. And I was so hungover. They were outside. Like, the deal was we could come over and get fucked up if we helped them do chores the next day, which is like stacking wood and all that shit because they live in the middle of nowhere.
Why would that be a good idea?
Yeah, so anyway, I don't fucking know. I'm dumb. Anyway, so I'm like, look, I gotta fucking go. And I drove home definitely still drunk. Broad daylight. I put on like 2 pairs of sunglasses because the sun was just killing my eyes. And I get home and I get downstairs and we have this basement with our basement floor isn't carpet or anything. It's just straight concrete. I just spread eagle and nothing but boxers on the floor. And my sister comes downstairs. She's like, "Are you all right?"
I don't even know how you're.
And I'm like, "I have never been this fucking hungover in my life." And so she's like, "You want McDonald's?" And I was like, "What are you getting?" She's like, "You want a quarter pounder?" And I was like, "Yeah."
Give me 4.
I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Give me a quarter pounder."
You probably could barely eat
she's
it
like, "You want nuggies?" And I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Give me a 10-piece." And she was like, "Anything else?" I'm like, sweet and sour sauce. So I just remember laying completely flat out on my floor with on the concrete with my face on the concrete, just like opening everything up and like dipping nuggets and like putting them in the side of my mouth that's still sticking up, and then like leaning up to eat the out. And I threw on House of Cards, and I just laid on that floor and would scoot over like 6 inches so it's all new cold concrete again, and just scoot over a little bit all day. And then I just got a pillow. But dude, honestly, until like 7 a.m. the next day, I got home at like 11:30 in the morning till like 7:30 the next day, man. I just laid on that fucking floor and just detoxed. I couldn't drink anything except fucking lemonade for some reason. Worst fucking hangover of my life.
Fucking, we did something similar with my canine friends. We were like playing poker and fucking, we've been playing for like an hour and drinking. And I go to make another drink, and one of my boys is like, hey, make me one. I'm like, all right, how much alcohol to like, you know, mixer content do you want? He's like, whatever, just make it. Or after that.
Yeah, you should never fucking say that. You should always give a guideline.
I filled it with liquor, the whole cup with liquor,
God.
and then put a cup full of mixer in it. And then I took it to him, and he's like, took a sip, like, I ain't fucking drinking that. And one of the guys like, don't be a bitch, you fucking pussy. And he's like, all right, fuck it. And he slams the whole cup, and it's like twice his size. And he was so drunk after that, like we had to carry him to the shower after he threw up on himself, and we just turned on the shower and just let it run on him while he sat.
Dude, one time when we were in Estonia, my cousin blacked out, and he was 17 at the time. We kept feeding him drinks, and even in Estonia, the drinking age is 18, so they take underage drinking seriously, because you can't wait till you're fucking 18 to drink in public. Like, you're a fucking moron. So this dude blacks out. He pukes all over himself. And so we were like, dude, like, we got to do something. We can't put him to bed like this. We're staying at this really nice hotel. It's right across from a castle. Like, it's beautiful. So, like, I look at the buddy I'm with, and I'm just like, dude, like, we got to get this dude showered up and put him to bed. And he's like, I know.
Or just put him to bed
So we're just like, all right. He's wearing, like, nice clothes. So we're like unbutton him. We shower him off and shit. And then we just kind of like carry this naked dude and put him in a sleeping bag and pull him over. He didn't wake up for like 16 hours. We turned his head sideways and took the trash can from the bathroom and just like kind of funneled it up to his face. He started shit. That was a good move, because we woke up. When he finally woke up, there was just like this stream of puke that just went down into the trash can. He was vomiting in his sleep. We like did everything. We turned him on his side and like propped him up against the wall so he couldn't roll over. The only place he could roll over was face down, so he's not gonna fucking asphyxiate. Yeah. So that was good shit. But dude, oh my god, he was fucking gone. Didn't drink for like 2 months after that.
Yeah, I don't blame him.
Yeah.
That's fucking rough. Damn.
All right, so girls, are they worth it, or masturbating for the rest of your life?
Dude, honestly, I feel like I definitely go through these cycles where it's like I sit there and I lay in my bed. I'm like, you know, maybe being in a relationship would be a good idea, and then it's like I masturbate and I'm like, I'm good.
Fuck that. Let's watch the game. You know.
I'm good. Like, we'll watch some Archer. Like, I'm good.
Yeah.
Like, I'm completely comfortable where I'm at.
There are like times like I'll be sitting there and I'm just like fucking balls horny, like laying in my bed, you know. I'll just be like thinking of women, and as soon as I masturbate, I'm like, oh no,
I'm good.
Yeah,
Dude, do you ever have like those people you text like before you masturbate? And you're like, hey, like, what are you doing? Like, what's up? Like, let's meet up.
You're getting all
and then you're like, and then they like take like 10 minutes to respond, and by then you're already done. You're like, nah, I'm good. Like,
yeah, I usually leave them on red.
It happens all the fucking
like before you do it too, you're like, oh, I'm gonna last so long. When she gets here now, you're like, I'm gonna still do it.
And then they get here, they're like,
I don't want it no more.
You have to like hang out with them for a little bit to like recharge. You
gotta
I just want to talk first, you know. Like, you always want to talk.
You gotta make that awkward small talk. Nobody cares about what you were trying to go to college for.
We're gonna do a little bit Netflix and finish the episode, then chill.
Yeah, like I need some time.
Yeah, and you get really, you're trying to avoid conversation. You get really invested. It's like, no, this is the one where the guy does it.
And
Explaining
you get
the
to the
whole
point where it's like,
plot.
are you still watching? And then you're like, all right, it's time.
All right,
I gotta give it to him.
And then that's where you have a real sad, just like, you got a boner.
And then you're like, because I know when you have one her and she wants to come over next time, she's gonna remember this time. So you give that sign. You're just like. And then you turn and you just start. You're just like,
Yeah.
I had to hide myself.
So
up for
fucking
this.
disappointed. You're so like when they leave, you go up and look in the mirror and you're just like, fucking hate you.
You're a piece of
Fucking
shit.
piece of shit.
You had the chance and you fucked this
Yeah,
up.
that's an important one. You ever have like that one girl that you're like never gonna see again in your life, but you still hit them up like they might come in? Like, okay, I'm telling you like this, like
All the time.
Like yeah, there's like a girl in like
I've
China,
seven
right?
of those.
Yeah, and you just hit them up when you just feel like talking nasty.
7
Yeah.
of them. I
Yeah.
literally was texting one like 13 minutes ago.
Oh really?
Yeah, like,
It's like
I haven't-
those-
I haven't
it's like
done
those
that. I
high
haven't done that in a
school-
while.
It's like those high school exes. You're like,
Yeah.
like you know, I
Oh,
think
hey,
we
how
get
you
back
doing?
together.
Look like you're doing
Yeah.
well.
Look at
Yeah.
dude, and you always reel
Hit
them
me
in.
when you're in
You always
town.
reel them in.
No,
'cause-
I think half the time they fucking know, and they're like, "What do you want?"
Yeah.
Like, come on.
Why are you talking to
Dude,
me?
you get the ones that you can reel in
Or
where
like-
you're like, you send like a picture of you like, oh man, like can't believe I'm working this late, and it's an angle you spent like 5 minutes retaking, and they're like, oh my god, how have you been? And then you start, and you're like, really wish you were here right now.
I think the
Before
And
worst-
this
you-
all the time you
or-
used to chill. Like,
Or
I
you know
think
what they're
about it
throwing
later.
on, like they're taking pictures in like their Victoria's Secret talking about all the nasty shit, and then you go home and you're stressed out and you drink a couple drinks and you jerk off and you leave them on red again. It's the same shit.
It's a perpetual fucking
It's
cycle. Man, I can't tell you fucking.
It's like I really got to stop doing this. And at the same time, 3 a.m. on a Saturday night, you just got home and you didn't get any, and you're like, hey,
I
let's
think
see
it's
what's up.
worse.
with
Dude, you
it.
know the funniest thing is I literally had that exact situation happen. The leave I went on before I went to dog school, there was this girl from middle school who hit me up, still never had sex.
Yeah.
She was fucking hot as shit. Like, she's kind of batshit crazy. Like, she actually is really batshit crazy. Like, the one where you, like, kind of fall asleep and worry if she's going to wake and you're going to wake up, she has cysts
Yeah.
on your nuts. Kind of crazy. And we talked for like 2 months. She'd send me all these pictures. And like, yeah, we're going to meet up. And then I went back in time and I was like, nah. Never
See,
hit her up.
I have
Never.
a similar experience where it's like I want to avoid a girl from going full psychopath. Like, all right, so this girl that I met at a bar when I was in dog school, me and her just like, you know, we never like hooked up or anything. We just kind of met and started talking.
Which bar?
Fucking holy shit. It's can't remember the fucking name of it. It's like outside the boardwalk. It's kind of like when you start getting on the outskirts. Anyway, it was like a college bar. I'll remember the name eventually. But anyway, so we started talking, and I got her like number and shit, and then eventually I was like, yo, like no, I'm leaving, like I'm going to Spain. So like, you know, I got her Snapchat and shit. Like nothing ever came of it. But like one time right before I left, we started talking, and it got like really personal. Eventually she's like, I'm gonna marry you someday.
Oh.
And I was like,
And on that note,
yeah, but then she's like she's like hit me up and randomly telling me, and I'm like, this girl is like rich enough that she like will try to fly and find me. So every once in a while I'll get that text where it's like, hey, what are you up to? And I'm like, nothing. Like,
I don't
you know,
see a problem with that. Like,
it gets
it's
kind of
just-
weird though, because she's like, I hope one day I can have your
But
babies.
is she
No,
ugly? Is
dude.
she ugly?
Kinda.
Oh.
She was hot when I was drunk, and then when I see her now, I'm like, ooh.
Stay drunk.
do y'all have like that one girl who you're like, you know, you're a bit too clingy, and some of the things about you are like, I don't really know, but at the same time you're really fucking cute, and I know you're madly in love with me. Have my children.
See,
Do y'all have anybody
I
like
don't
that?
see. I don't
No,
have.
not really. There's not many people that I think that I'm like, man, I could have a kid with this girl.
Really?
Yeah,
I
no,
got- I
there's
got-
a select
I got-
few.
I got one, but I've known her since middle school. But I guess I've never had anybody that I've like. The only time I think they're too clingy is when I want nothing to do with them.
Okay, fair enough.
Like,
That's
Because
fair.
that tends to be mostly where it
yeah,
comes from.
like if I like them, like
Be
I'll-
clingy. It's all
I'll-
good. Yeah.
Most of the time I'll text them right back. I don't have an issue.
And
with that.
the textbook
Um,
response you give them where it's like, oh, that sucks, or oh, I'm sorry, like, no, I'm doing good. How's your day? That kind of thing. Then they're content with that kind of thing.
It's the times that I don't want to talk is when I'm giving them one worded text.
I hate,
response
dude.
back.
I hate
Bro,
one
sometimes
word.
I
wording.
do
I
it
don't
just to be petty.
Well, that's when I.
Yeah, same. I reserve
That's
one
like-
wording for being
It's
petty.
like I only do it like when I open the message by accident, you know. So I have to respond because I've seen it.
Yeah.
So I give the one word response, you know, and then but like, it's like I'm trying to tell them like, hey, nah,
Like,
nah.
get the fuck out of here. Leave me
Yeah.
alone. I put it in your butt. You got shit on my dick. I'm out.
I go,
Leave me
shit,
alone."
Nick.
Dude, I've definitely had that before. Where like I've had a few girls.
You really started this off. We're all listening intently.
Yeah,
just break it out.
No,
son.
like I've had multiple people I've done anal with, right? Like given anal. I've never had anything in my butt. I want to clarify. I've had a finger.
I thought you've kind of got to be super.
No,
I thought for Women's Independence Day though, you definitely.
No, I had a finger. I had a finger that was slipped
fucking
up
tightens
there.
the strap on. Oh my god.
I had a finger that was slipped up there. That was it, and that wasn't enough for me to say fuck off.
He's protecting his manhood right now.
You ever see that became a meme, and it was like the guy was like, I can't deal with all these hoes like fucking like being like disloyal and all that shit, and leaving me out to dry. And the girl he was with responds was like, I broke up with you because I accidentally put my finger near your butt and you moaned.
No, it was nothing like that. No, like
I can totally see that. You're getting like a sloppy blowjob and you're just like, yeah, I'm out of here.
No, like I'd say like the first like 6.
What's up, Nick?
I guess the first 6 probably people I fucked in the ass. Like I had no issues. There's no shit on my dick, no nothing. Like I was like, all right, this is cool. Number 5 ruined it for the rest of them. Cause I got that shit dick and I was like, I almost threw up. I literally came and I like pulled my dick out and I was just like, huh? How you gonna get that through? And I damn near fucking threw up right on the spot. Like,
see that makes good. That makes a good
hey,
point.
Nick, thanks for the bits, man. I appreciate it.
Like butt stuff. I have a very sensitive sense of smell, and if anything gets out that I don't like, it's immediately.
Right, it's a risky game to play.
It turns me from like a fucking like a piece of like a rock hard piece of slate to a Tempur-Pedic in 2 seconds.
See, my favorite day is Taco Tuesday butt stuff. That's the best day.
Oh,
it's like
fucking Krakatoa.
It's like
volcano.
It's like Russian roulette, man. You just don't know what's gonna happen.
That is so fucking gross, man. Jesus Christ.
No, I'm not huge into butt stuff.
It's hit or miss for me. It all depends on the girl, honestly.
Yeah,
and
that's a
reaction
fact.
to it. Like, I will say the person I was most recently in a relationship with loved it, and I was all about that shit.
All about the butt stuff?
Oh, I was all about it, too. Oh, fuck yeah. That's the nastiest thing I've ever heard. Slick, it can get worse. I can one up it.
Way
I can one up it if
Trust
you
me,
really want
I
to
think
get there.
anal's like when you can't get it, that's when you want it the most. For me.
I don't think I've ever woken up one day and been like, dude, I want to do anal.
Dude, honestly, I think for me,
gritting my teeth and just death gripping the counter while I'm brushing my teeth.
When you've been trying to get it and she keeps telling you no, the longer it goes on.
He said, all right, let's go. He wants us to get it worse for him.
Oh my god! All right, then let's put it this way. I want to talk about the worst sexual experience you've had.
Worst sexual, but you got to be more specific.
Sorry, let me refer to that as the nastiest. Not nasty as in like, ooh, that was hot and nasty. I mean nasty as in like, that's disgusting.
I haven't had anything too super nasty, but when I tell people one, the most fucked up or nastiest one that always comes to mind is I was talking to this Tinder chick, right?
Oh God.
And I knew she was pregnant.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
That's what I'm talking about. Sign me up.
But I didn't know how long.
That's a category in and of itself.
How far along she was, right?
All you knew is you could come inside.
We've only been talking for a day, right? That morning.
Yeah.
It was a Saturday. It was in Mayport, Florida. I'm like, hey, girl, you want to...
What about the girl who smells like fish?
We'll get to that one. That was pretty bad, actually. We'll get to that. Let me finish this one. So she comes over that night, and she's 8 months along.
Oh, man.
She's pregnant.
She is ripe.
She is ready to pop.
Now, normally, that'd be a turnoff for a lot of people, but you're a young 20-year-old, full-blown, let's get it bull at the time. I went in for it, man. This is the wettest pussy I ever had in my life.
Jesus.
God damn it.
The girl that smells like fish. So I'm not going to name any names here.
Name 'em.
But
name 'em.
So I was with this chick, and
she
was this was back when I started first time dating her in middle school, and we broke up, and we
She
kind of
was
had
in
like,
middle school and you were what, a sophomore,
we were both
junior?
middle school.
Oh, okay.
And we kind of had like a fling for a while, and then we stopped. And then she was at a different high school for a while, came back to my high school, and then we started doing our thing, kind of flinging on and off or whatever. And one day I ended up fingering this chick, right, in my bed. I was like, I don't know, 16 at the time. And all I remember is after I'm done fingering her, because we got to go back to class, is I pull my hand out, and instantly the smell made me almost throw up.
Oh, God.
I couldn't get the smell out of my hands.
Yeah. It's pungent.
I know the feeling. I unfortunately.
That's not
know
the first time I smelt it down, though. It was like, so in Djibouti with the heat, girls
We all
heat.
worked at Sonic together.
Yeah, we did. So in Djibouti, I had another one just like that. But the thing about Djibouti,
It's so hot.
it's
you
so
can't
hot.
really,
What happens is it's caused by a pH imbalance in the vagina.
Mm-hmm.
That smell is what happens. So another chick there, same thing. Fucking had that smell. I kicked her out of my fucking place after that.
Dude, I've definitely had that happen. I fucking take this girl home from a bar, right? I was 20 at the time, and I went out to this bar, and dude, she was fucking hot. Like this girl was hot. Like Navy, she would have been like a 12. She was good looking. And I go back to my place. I'm like, fuck yeah, like, I'm gonna get laid. Hell yeah! I start making out. She sucks my dick, and I'm like, all right, hell yeah, like, I'll go down on you too, right? Literally, like, it was her waist was here. I pulled down like just past. I go about to pull her pants all the way down, and I was like, no. And I literally like pulled her pants back up, and I said, get the fuck out of my house.
You're like that. You ever see that SpongeBob
yeah.
episode where the guy catches his breath in the movie theater?
Yes. Yeah, exactly. I literally I pulled her down. I caught her and was like, get out. Get out of my fucking house.
Oh my God.
Right fucking now.
You know what I was thinking of? Dumb and Dumber, when the cop drinks the piss and he's just.
Oh yeah.
Did I ever tell you about the tranny story in Mayport and what happened with that one?
What, at Walmart?
No.
Oh, okay. I gotta
It
hear this
wasn't me. So we had a guy that was getting processed out of Navy because he was drunk riding his motorcycle.
Yeah.
But they couldn't get him for that, so they kicked him out for not wearing his PPE. Right? And so we let him stay on our couch for a little bit, because he was also going through a divorce at the same time. So he had no place to stay.
Damn,
So we let him sleep on our couch until he could like get enough money to move back home, right?
Uh-huh.
And so we all go to the bar one night, and he meets this chick, if that's what you want to call her. Right? You would have never known. Like, I mean, she looked like a 9 female,
That
right?
she whipped out a dick that was bigger than yours.
So they're talking and they're going and getting into it,
take
whatever,
much.
blah blah. Like, hey, he's like, hey, can we go back to your place? Like, you guys ready to leave? I'm like, fuck it, let's go. And so we're all sitting on the couch talking, drinking some more, right? And him and the chick go to the guest bathroom, right? And they're in there for like 5 minutes, right? And all you hear is,
Juicy.
what the fuck? Get the fuck out of here. And shit starts flying, man.
Oh,
just
God.
throwing. And she runs out. And he's like, she had a fucking dick.
Jesus, bro.
Oh, my God, man. He was so white, bro. Like, he's just scarred for real.
The
Because
amount
I'm
of
pretty
commitment.
sure he, like, pulled down her
Just
pants.
Smacked him
And
in the
that
forehead.
bitch, that bitch probably just came out and went,
Shit just flopped out like a fucking curled up snake.
yeah.
God.
Jesus Christ.
What's your most disgusting? Let's hear it.
Oh man. All right, so I'm torn between. Okay, so there was one time.
was his
This one's
uncle.
pretty brief, but it was
His
just
sister?
His uncle.
Oh, his uncle.
Uncle Bad Touch. Yeah, that's a story. No, there's one time where I started going down on a girl, and I just remember just kind of like sitting up for some reason, and I like turned the light on. I forget what I had to do. And I had a mirror in my room.
I know where this is going.
And I had blood all over my nose, and I was just kind of.
Oh, that's not bad.
That's
it
my
was
wor-
just
no,
the fact
that's
that it
my
was just
worst.
I'm not good with human blood, especially
No,
from
that's
the
just my
genital
worst
region.
nightmare. That's why, like, I fuck girls.
You gotta
and
go
I'm
get
like,
your Red Wings, bro.
Dude, so
Get
listen,
the fuck out of here.
My
All right,
worst,
so,
like my thing, I can't do that. I can't. I've done it before. I've done it with ex-girlfriends, and I'm like, it's not that bad. It's it's warmer and it's wetter. Like, yeah, sure. But the fact that you have to like come back and your just entire like lower region is just blood, it's fuck. I can't do it. I throw up every time.
I'm not. It's like I can handle like blood, like if people get like cut and shit, and they have bad shit and all that stuff. Like, you know, I've seen some fucked up like road rash and car crashes and all that shit. Like, I don't that this shit happens. Right. But the fact that it's like from the pure region, I guess, you know what I mean. But the worst one for me probably was I had a pretty similar experience as when I was in Texas, and I was just I brought a girl home. And we were making out and doing all that shit and rolling around and stuff. And so I got to go down on her. And even before I got them off, I was like, the fuck is that? And before I had like my PT gear sitting out and all that shit because I went on a run earlier. And as soon as I got just the pants off, I didn't even get the underwear off. I just got hit by a wave of like, you
never go down on a girl when you take them home from the bar.
You ever like, yeah, clearly. But my friend Jack Daniels was helping me out. I've honestly had only like really like one great experience with like meeting a girl at a bar, and that was prearranged.
I like to live on the edge of my seat. And, like, I want to know.
But man, I fucking just had to go and dry heave after that. I just told him to go back out. Like, it wasn't even actually like a sexual encounter. It was just leading up to it. That every single vibe in me just was gone. And I can't describe it. It's just the amount of 180 that situation took. Mm-hmm. It was just, I can't do it, man. I'm all about like hygiene.
Oh, for sure. If it smells that,
I'm not about like
no, fuck that.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
All right. So what about the worst like high experience you ever had?
Worst high experience?
Yeah.
I've really only had I think I told the worst one I had
last
time.
Like
I did not tell that one.
The
time I accidentally did PCP. Yeah, you did.
Yeah, you told that first.
I told on the podcast? Oh shit. Yeah, I accidentally did PCP. Anybody that's not listening.
But I'm talking about
anybody that wasn't listening that time.
You thought you were gonna die, or just like everything went wrong.
You know, I never thought I was gonna die. I've definitely had some I definitely was in a K-hole. So I went to a music festival prior to going to the Navy like 6 months before. And as you have seen, I have a very high tolerance when it comes to drugs. I usually have to take copious amounts to get on the same level of everybody else. So I had taken 7 hits of needlepoint acid, which is like literally 7 times what you've been taking and we've been taking. It's a lot. It was fucking a lot. And I go up to the hill and I go up top and I'm at the festival, right? I'm jamming, I'm fucking dancing, like I'm just in my own
love
zone.
This song.
Dude, that was me. But it was like I was like all the way in the fucking back, just
dancing with glow sticks you didn't even have, just raging
by
yourself.
By myself in the middle of nowhere. Random people coming up like, yeah.
There's like, not even music playing. He's just like beatboxing. He's like trying to beatbox, but
then you realize you're in a porta potty at a construction site.
It's possible. I was jamming in the porta potties when I'd go in there. I'd be in there, I'd be like pissing. I'm like, this is my fucking. I can't stop moving. This is it.
Can't even talk though. He's
dude,
like, so I
bro, I've honestly, like for real. But at the end, like not even at the end, I'd say probably about time was irrelevant to me. So a good while later, I'm laying on this fucking blanket with my camping neighbors, right? So like we all camped out, and so like you have your neighbors, right? And those are people you like hung with, share drugs with, like it was cool. So I got the acid from. And I'm just laying there on this blanket of theirs, like it was me, this dude, and then his girlfriend, and they were the nicest people in the world. Well, I just fucking, we got fucking, I think it was Zed's dead or somebody in the fucking Zed in the background or somebody like that. Glass Animal, somebody.
No, Zed's dead sounds like
it was one of those. It was one of those because I saw both of them at that festival. I just don't know when, but. We're laying on this fucking blanket, just staring at the stars because it's also in the middle of the mountains in Arkansas. So even though there's all these lights going on, there's still stupid amounts of stars, right? So we're all just lost in our own spaceships going off. And then his girlfriend just reaches over and goes, "Here, take this." And I'm like,
"Okay."
No questions asked. Pop that bitch in my mouth. Right? It was ketamine. For those who don't know what ketamine is, that's a horse tranquilizer.
Very popular in the abuse market.
It's Special K is it's fun, but you get into these things called K holes, right? There's a picture of me somewhere on Facebook of me in my K hole, and at one point in time, like I was all the rest of my group of my friends came, and there was 7 of us, right, total. It was 6 girls and me at that point in time. And they were like, let's go to the Ferris wheel. I'm like, okay, fuck it. Like, I don't care. I'm down to do whatever. It looks cool and bright and whatever. So we go up there, and this guy, fucking Ferris wheel operator, looked at me and saw how fucking fucked up I was. And he purposely did 3 of the girls in one, and he could have easily done the rest of the 4 of us in another one. What does he do? 3 in one, 3 in the other, puts me in a fucking Ferris wheel one by myself. So I'm fucking rolling my ass off. Fucking got ketamine hitting me on the right side, acid hitting me on the left side. I'm fucking going up. I get, like, it stops up for people to fucking get off, and I just, like, melt into my seat. And I'm just there, and I can see over the entire campgrounds, all the festival, and I'm just like, this is fake. There's no way this is real. I'm fucking sleeping. I'm not. This is not right.
Yeah.
There's something wrong. And then there's a fucking rainbow bridge, like, not even a bridge, but it was like a rainbow walkway of inflatable fucking just plastic shit, but it was in the color of a rainbow going like, oh Jesus, probably a football field length, maybe 2 football fields long. So I'm just like, it's fucking the fucking Rainbow Ridge from Mario Kart or whatever the fuck the game, whatever the track is called. I fucking make it all the way down. The guy looks at me and goes, how was it? I was like, you fucked me, but that shit was good. He goes,
Fuck
yeah,
yeah.
I know you needed it.
Oh, shit.
He goes, here, take this. I was like, fuck it. Turns out it was Somali. So then I'm on acid, I'm on Special K, and I'm on Molly. I was like,
Damn.
all right, fuck it. End up somehow finding my way down to the campsite. 2 of my buddies are down there, my buddy Cody and Jen, and they were down there. We had this, like, so then we had one big tent that had like space for like 6 people to sleep in, and then my buddy Cody's tent, and then my tent, and then my buddy Gordon's Suburban, and then his tent right here. And then in the middle of that, we had this giant like canopy, like not a canopy, but it was like one of those like pop up like kind of hangout tents.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah. Like they were like barbecues and shit.
Yeah, so it's like to keep
like a
mosquitoes
tailgate.
out.
Yeah.
So it was that. And us 3 were in the middle, and we just started smoking, we started smoking blunts, because I had a whole baggie full, and I was like, here, let you smoke one, right? And she had this butterfly fucking pillow, and I don't know what it was, but there's a picture of me on Facebook just, like, wrapped up with this pillow, just like fuck, I couldn't move. I was awake in the picture, which is the fucked up part, and it doesn't look like it. And I tell her, I was like, I'm gonna go get into my cocoon, and I like sleek away into the fucking night with this pillow, and like crawl into my fucking my tent, and that's where shit got weird. It was weird before in the night, but the second that zipper closed and I laid down and I realized I was like encased in a cocoon, because it was one of those small 2-man camping tents. Dude, there was no getting out. I couldn't find my way out. I kept trying to find more drugs, and I couldn't find more drugs, and then I just ended up curling up in a ball in a sleeping bag and passing out.
Jesus.
Just out of terror.
I don't have like an experience like that, but I can tell you an experience from a third person's perspective, and that was nothing but weed. But it was the most hilarious thing I've ever witnessed in my life. So we had this really weird girl that we went to school with, and she was like the kind of, she would like skip laps around the cafeteria and talk to strangers, and she was super fucking weird. So anyway, these guys that I knew, they're sketchballs. They decided to bake edibles. They were bringing them in and handing them out to their buddies.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, dude, fucking edibles.
Yeah.
So, but then they also came up and like, hey guys, like you want a brownie? We were all like, yeah, dude, but it's like 5th period. Like, yeah, like just split it 4 ways. So me and my buddies would split it 4 ways. We get a fucking gnarly high off it by the end of the day, and it was great. Well, this girl comes up. She's, oh my god, I love brownies. Can I have one? And they all look at each other and they're like, yeah,
fuck it.
So they give her one. She's like, it was really good. She's like, I hate to be, like, she comes back like 10 minutes later. She's like, I hate to be that person. She's like, but can I have one more? It was super good. And they just start dying. And they're like, yeah, here you go. So fast forward. I have 9th grade bio with this girl. She sits next to me. This bitch is trying to fly into her textbook. She has it open and she's like hyper focusing on it, and then she just starts flapping her hands and fucking face pounding her textbook. And I'm like, are you okay? And she's like, I'm great. And she just starts fucking like headbutting her textbook again. I'm like, what are you doing? She's like, I can fly. I know it. And I was like, you can't fly. She's like, I can do it. I was like, all right, like, do your fucking thing. And then she eventually got kicked out and sent to the nurse's office because she couldn't be controlled. She was like touching everything in the room. She went up to my one buddy Brad and just started like rubbing his shirt because he had a flannel on. She just kept rubbing it like that. He's like, get the fuck off me. She's like, I don't want to. And he's like, dude, like, I'm gonna slap you. Don't get off me. And so our bio teacher finally kicked her out. Went to the nurse's office. She was high for like 2 days straight, apparently. It was the best thing I've ever fucking seen in my life. Wouldn't trade it for the world.
Jesus Christ. All right, I found the picture of me fucking zonked out.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
Okay.
It was
So,
pretty fucking bad.
I got a third person, like I watch experience, and I got one. So we're sitting there, and I was playing games with some of my Mayport friends, right? And one of them just lay on the bed, just sitting there laying, right? And he hasn't said a word for like the last 40 minutes, right? And no one's paying attention. We're playing Modern Warfare at the time, and then like all you'd hear is like
I love those.
Man, you all right? Yeah, bro. No, I'm good. All right, man. Let me know if you need something. And then like 10 minutes go by. Bro, are you sure you're all right? Like, what's going on, man? He's like, I'm good. Right? And then he starts to do it again, like another 10 minutes later. And then you hear him go, bro, I figured out how to breathe. And we're like, what? He's like, oh, I forgot to tell you, I'm like really high right now.
The fuck?
That was the funniest thing I've ever seen. But then I think my best experience, was actually with Comet.
Oh, I think I know where this one's going.
So I took.
Is this
the second time, the mushroom one. The second time,
colors one.
The second time taking mushrooms, right? First time I took like 2 grams, or it was a gram, something light. Second time I'm like, fuck, I'm gonna go balls in. I probably ended up taking.
And keep in mind, the first time was plenty for him.
Yeah,
it was plenty for him.
Yeah. The second time I took like 8 or 10 grams probably of shrooms, right? And so I'm sitting there, and the come up was super funny too. I'm not even like fully into this yet. I'm looking at the other person that's here with us, and we look at each other and instantly start laughing for like 5 minutes. This went on.
This
went on for 30 minutes. Where
I'm
we
just sitting there, and they're just fucking.
We just look at each other and start laughing, right? And then we try to like gain our composure, and we both like glance at each other and start all over again for like 30 minutes, just nonstop laughing, and then it hits, and like I just sink down into this couch, and I got this blanket on me.
He's like, I keep trying to get more blanket, but there's no more blanket, and I'm fully covered.
There's this blanket, and then there's a table. So I got my hand on this table, and I'm touching this table. Like I didn't stop touching this cloth on this table.
What, like an hour at least?
Yeah, just feeling it, right? And then I'm pulling this blanket, and I would kick my feet down, and I felt like I was getting deeper into the blanket and deeper.
God.
And I'm just like, whoa,
digging for gold.
just digging in there. And
oh god.
Oh, it was so bad. And then like he shows us this Rick and Morty episode, and I'm like gone, right?
Oh, it's the gas one.
The gas cloud?
The gas cloud.
Yeah.
Where,
goodbye.
Yeah, so as soon as he gets, every time, the part that always got me, that just was the most trippiest part to me,
I know which one you're doing.
is where they're in the car, and he's like, crack the window, Morty.
Yeah.
Right? And then he would go, hold the line. Right? And I'd sit there, and it's just like, fucking, I couldn't even describe it. It was like, ah!
The Morty scream.
Yeah. As soon as it's done, I'm like, oh my god! Again, I want to ride!
Fuck out.
Jesus Christ, I'll do that. That's the hardest part. I miss drugs.
Oh, and then there's another time too. I think this scared Comet more than it did me. It was the first time I did acid, and I thought it was good to like drive.
Oh God!
Like I wasn't. Like,
But
I
this
wasn't,
was 7 hours later after we initially took it.
swing. Yeah.
7 hours later.
Well, I get in my car. Like I felt fine. Get in my car. It's like
I
when
even warned you.
you take like acid, like everything becomes like elongated, right? Like, and I start driving. And when I couldn't imagine if it was at the peak, but like. You know that when you see that picture where there's like driving on acid's like, and it's got like purple triangles.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
That's driving on acid, 100. Like that's it. That's it.
You're
right
on
there.
Rainbow Road and Luigi's just passing
Every
you.
block I go, I have to slow down to like 5 miles an hour and look around me to figure out where the fuck I'm
It
at.
literally took him to get from my house to here 20 minutes.
I text him when I
Maybe.
get home. He's like, "What the
He's
fuck?"
like, I just got home. I was like, "What? Did you go somewhere?
Yeah.
Like McDonald's? Where the fuck did you go?"
Yeah. Like the most, like I didn't fuck around with like a lot of drugs, but just the one experience I had, it's just super brief story. I think I told you guys a time about just I took too much edibles, and when it first hit me, I was in the drive-through. Did I tell you about that? Yeah. So I just have this moment that I remember where it kicks in. And Louis C.K. always, he put it the same way too, but it's just fucking like that where it hits you and everything that you know that's going on just fucking goes when you're like, oh, fuck,
Just more.
this is happening. And then it just gets worse and worse and worse. And then you're fucking, before you know it, you're trying to remember like how to climb stairs. You're just looking at it like, what the fuck is this wall?
Dude, I actually had, when was it? I wasn't even, the worst part was I wasn't even fucked up. I just forgot how to breathe. I was sitting at work the other day. I don't know what it was, but I was sitting on a computer and all of a sudden I was like,
You forgot how to breathe?
I was like, what the fuck is wrong with me? I cannot breathe right now. I honestly, I don't know what it was. I don't know if I've done too many drugs, which is definitely a very, very real possibility. But at the same time, I have no fucking idea. I just don't.
Dude, it's just weird. Like, it's funny because you kind of open up different experiences that are outside of what you perceive as normal reality. So I don't know. It's fun, and definitely when I get out, I'm planning on doing some shit. But for now, I'm a saint.
We're going to Colorado with Nick. He's going to come pick me up, and we're going to buy a pound of weed.
You go smoke weed in your drift blues.
We're going to go somewhere in the Rocky Mountains on a disc golf course and smoke a pound
So I'm
of
gonna
weed.
tell you right now, you're not gonna buy a pound because weed in the stores, dude, in Colorado. Let me tell you. Y'all know I love smoking weed. Y'all know I used to love smoking weed, and I'll put it to you like this: I literally got an erection in the store the first time I smelled some of it. I literally got an erection, and I looked at the girl there, and I was like, "Wait, seriously?" She goes, "What?" I was like, "This is real?" She's like,
This is life.
yeah, I was
now.
like, I've never had something so beautiful in my life. I want it all.
I just want to take them all home
I
with me.
spent $750 my first trip to there, and that was the amount of money I had to
Probably
spend
like
the
that's
entire
probably
time.
$750 is probably like based on the prices they charge. $750 is probably just like a QP.
No, it was quite a bit.
How much was it?
Let's see. I got a bunch of different singular grams at $20 a gram.
So that's pretty expensive.
It's very expensive. Yeah, but the difference is you're in the
So
altitude.
you probably got an
you're in
probably
the
got an
altitude.
eighth of a pound than if you're paying $20 a G.
Probably right about there.
So you said it was more than a QP.
No, dude, I don't. Here, let me tell you the exact.
You're sweating, Comet. Are you lying?
No, I'm not. I just got really high. 30. Okay, so it was 37.5. So it was a lot. It was plenty.
That's like an ounce and a half.
Yeah, it's not a QP, not at all. It was less.
That's
than
close
QP.
to a QP. That was close to an eighth of a pound.
Yeah, it was a lot, but the difference is you're up there, man, and you take 2 hits and you're fucked.
No, it's just because it's
altitude-
hydroponic bud, dude. It's the best stuff there is.
Whatever, man. It crumbles in your hand like it's that perfect. Like
It's
you can
hydroponic.
You can just.
It's literally it's meant to be.
I know.
It's
but
grown to be used for the maximum effectiveness. That's fucking
they're
amazing.
Very good at it, and it was delicious.
God.
All
damn
right,
it, I miss
guys.
bud.
You guys got anything else before we end the podcast?
No, I'm good, man.
We never really touched on prego porn.
I don't want to make this an hour and a half.
Oh shit! It's already been an hour.
Yeah.
Fuck! This went by.
It's been an hour.
Well, yeah, you do the closing, man. I got nothing to say besides thank you for listening. And this is just us just fucking riffing and being weird.
Surprised people actually sit here and watch us.
Yeah, thanks, everybody.
I'm not going to lie.
All right, guys. If you got any input, how we can make it better, things you want to see, next topics you guys want to see next podcast, feel free to message me on Twitch, message me personally, Discord, or just go ahead and fuck off.
Blake, that was directed at you.
Anyways, guys, thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next Friday for the podcast.
Fangs out.
I'm Raw Dog Randy.
Fangs out.
Fangs out.
Fangs out, dude.
Fangs out, dude.
Work.